Hey everyone. This is our first session. We did a previous kind of session 0 where we all set up our characters. We did then like a super small session to introduce you guys to Dungeon World and its mechanics. Let's see, I'm going to quickly go over what you guys did during that session. First, you all met up in front of the Guild of Cartography, which is also known as the Charters Guild. You met with a master charter named Grove, who asked you to pick up some quick drying ink in preparation for the upcoming assignment. You then went to the shop, which was called Inkman's, and you met the owner, Fred Inkman. Fred greeted you while smoking a pipe in his shop that looked more like a museum for weaponry. He told you that the Charters Guild's ink order wasn't due until next week. Danni and Harvey ended up bribing Fred. Harvey showed Fred his awesome weapon, and then Danni ended up gifting Fred their shillelagh. Fred, after all that, Fred was then super happy, and he gave you all some ink. And then when you guys left the shop, you guys began to debate whether or not to call the guard on Fred for bribery. And then
I believe the word was extortion.
Okay, yeah, you know, same difference. But then while you guys were bickering, a halfling came out of nowhere and tried to steal the ink that Danni was carrying. And then when they couldn't steal the ink, they ended up, a couple more thieves ended up surrounding you guys, and they demanded your gold and your weapons. However, you guys defeated them with relative ease and took the halfling leader back to the guild. Grove then called the guard over to take care of the halfling leader, and Grove rewarded you with some gold for your help. And so that's what we did in our session 0. We are going to start off actually with something a little bit different. This was going to be a kind of surprise for you guys. I'm going to give each of you a DM in Discord right now.
Ooh.
And I want you to read what I send you. So let me, Danni, you are the first in the list, so I'm going to send that to you right now.
Oh.
So go ahead and read that out to everyone, and then we can go through what it says.
Okay. To Danni, I was saddened to learn that you traded your shillelagh to acquire the quick drying ink. The guild wanted to apologize for that inconvenience by giving you a replacement, as well as some courtesy supplies for your upcoming assignment. The shillelagh has been imbued with the light catnip. When the word light is spoken, is that a spelling mistake?
It was a spelling mistake. I meant cantrip.
When the word light is spoken with intent, the shillelagh will emit light as bright as a torch and whatever color you choose. Grove. Oh, from Grove. Thank you, Grove.
Oh, nice.
Cool. And then I think there's a little bit more.
And then I get to describe it.
Yeah, so what you're going to do is you're going to roll plus your wisdom and then describe it. And then on a 10 plus, I listed 3 items. On a 10 plus, you can pick 2 of the items to keep. If you get a 7 to 9, you can keep 1 of the items. And then on a miss, Grove was too tired and he forgot to pack your supplies.
Okay. I'm just rolling 1d6 plus wisdom?
2d6.
2d6. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay. I got a 12, and then my wisdom is plus 2.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
So you can go ahead. You can pick 2 of those items that I have listed. I think I gave you a choice of bandages, a dagger, or some elven bread.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to use bandages and a dagger because I don't need actions.
That sounds good. Jacob, you received this before. Sorry, Betty received this letter before you make it to the Charters Guild today. Here is your letter, Betty.
Okay. Dear Betty, it's been a pleasure working with you and Bleu here at the Veterans Guild. I hope you find your next assignment with the Guild of Cartography goes well. I sent over some treats for Bleu for your upcoming journey. Safe travels. Roll plus charisma to see how Bleu reacts to the treats. On a 10 plus, hold 3. On a 7 and 9, hold 1. The next time you command Bleu, take +1 of the skill Bleu is using. On a miss, Bleu is super happy with their treat. Okay. Groovy. Plus charisma?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I have -1 to charisma. So that's a 4.
Oh no! How does it
Oh,
letter
no.
treat?
I think so Bleu is like a old mastiff, and I think he just like slobbers them down and then passes gas very loudly and looks very pleased with himself. And I think his big old tail just like slaps the like floor of my shitty apartment a couple times, and then I think he passes out.
Perfect. Very cute. Cool. Let's see. Harvey, you also received a letter.
Oh, all right.
This is what you received.
Okay. To Harvey, thank you for your services during the job you recently completed for the Merchants Guild. We understand that you ran into trouble and you handled yourself skillfully. Aldor Daygem finished selling the wares you were guarding and wanted to give you a bonus for a job well done. Roll plus strength. Describe what you did to impress Aldor. Cool. So that was a 4.
Woo!
Oh no.
Yeah.
Twins.
Cool. So yeah, on a miss, you receive a 5-coin bonus.
Cool.
Alder didn't make as much as you expected.
I will gladly take that.
Cool. And then last but not least, Folly, you also received a letter.
Cool. Dear Folly, although it saddened me to see you leave the program here at the League a while back, I'm happy to hear that you've been keeping busy, offering your skills to aid the Guild of Cartography. Please accept this small gift to aid you during your work. May you avoid Ash's final embrace, Professor Fendred. Oh, that's fun. Roll plus whiz and tell us what class Professor Fendred taught, and did I like the professor and his class? On a 10 plus, I receive a healing potion. 7 to 9, I receive from some League poultice. On a miss, I get some League bandages, and there's mechanics for each of those. So plus whiz, plus 2. That is going to be a 6.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, I get League bandages, 2 uses. When I have a few minutes to bandage someone's wounds, I heal them of 4 damage and expend a use. Let's see, what class did he teach? I think he taught. I think he taught some kind of like potion making / kind of like alchemy class, and I was like a little bit of a mad scientist vibe. I got very into, mixing up weird stuff, but I kept exploding things, and I enjoyed his class for a while until I realized I was like failing.
Cool. That's great.
Always the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like the professor like saw potential in you, but just like like couldn't in actuality give you a good grade.
Yep.
Thanks for going through those letters. I guess we'll open up kind of in a similar way we did in our session 0. The camera is going to focus in on the city of Antara. It's a large, sprawling city situated in the shadow of a not too distant volcano. As the camera kind of zooms into the city, everyone can kind of see steam emerging from numerous buildings. as a result of the natural hot springs scattered throughout the city. You see the distinctive iron wrought gas street lanterns that are spread throughout the city that are used to light it up at night. You see a wide thoroughfare leading from the main entrance of the city directly to the castle in the center of the city. You all know this road as the Run, and it's nearly always congested with traffic from traders, as it is today. And then the camera slowly makes its way over to the Guild of Cartography, which is a tower in a nice neighborhood, far enough away from the Run to escape the worst of the activity. But there's always that pervasive smell of the broken sewage system that is basically inescapable throughout the entire city.
Fantastic.
And so you all were told to meet Grove again in front of the Guild of Cartography so that he could give you the actual assignment. I don't know if you guys want to just already be there, or if you guys kind of want to amble in one by one for a second to kind of introduce your characters.
I'm probably there first. I think I wake up super duper early.
You were the first conscious person there, but I was definitely there first. I kind of just stayed the night, just camped out in front.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna like amble up with like, is there like an equivalent for like donuts and coffee in this like old timey like anachronistic setting?
I imagine there is. I think tea is kind of drank more than coffee. I think coffee's pretty exotic right now, and so I think it's like tea and scones is like the equivalent of like coffee and donuts.
Scones? Okay. Yeah. Then I think I'm like I'll like walk up with like a little cheesecloth full of like some scones and like a thermos full of like tea, and Bleu is just gonna like lick Harvey in the face. There's a big old sloppy kiss. I'm like, hello there, tea, and I'm just gonna offer you my thermos.
Yeah. It's gonna take him all of 2 seconds to wake up, and he's gonna gratefully just open his visor and chug the tea.
Is it a frog? Is it one of those helms that's like that to a point at the front?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I like roll my eyes at you a little bit, but I'm glad that you're enjoying the tea. And I just sort of like take a seat on the bench.
You're here early.
Well, I always wake up early there. You know, I can't really sleep much in my late age in life. I go to bed around 8:30 in the afternoon, and I wake up at just before the sunrise there.
I also have trouble sleeping.
Oh, Jesus! Danni, when did you get here?
I walked with you the whole way.
You're so quiet. Gotta put a bell on that. Gotta put a bell on that
People say
pup.
that a lot to me, and I just disagree. I feel that a bell would kind of make me less impressive as a person. Are we here for another job?
Good job. Scone?
Is Folly here already?
I think Folly is like does the thing where they get there early, but then like spends like 15 minutes basically walking around the block. So he shows up technically like a couple minutes early, but he seems late compared to everyone else.
So this is an entire party of early birds.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be so punctual.
Mm-hmm.
I am not an early bird.
Are we doing like
Harvey just happened to be in like
or-
the right place at the right time.
No, Harvey's just a vagrant. He knew he needed to be there in the morning, so he just stayed the night in front of there.
He's planning ahead.
Yeah, no,
Fantastic.
his home is in the sky. He can't really just go to bed at night.
Cool. So what do all of your characters look like?
Okay, I'll start. My character is a 5'6", jacked, armored being. We're not going to go into details on race right now. We can leave that ambiguous for the time being. He's armored, a lot of armor. Carries a flail and a big old shield.
Awesome.
What's his vibe? What does he smell like?
He smells like dirt, but not in like a homeless way.
Like an earthy way?
Like a yeah, I mean yes. Like he smells like a forest right before it rains.
Interesting.
It's like something out of a YA novel.
No, but that's the general stench of him. Mostly because he's spent a lot of time in forests just before it rains.
For sure, for sure.
So edgy.
No, just a vagrant.
Well,
Fair enough.
Danni is a halfling, and they are a marsupial type person, very beady eyes and large ears, very cute, but like don't make a big deal about it, because ultimately they're just some guy, and there are like tells that come with being a druid. Like some are more obvious than others. And like as I'm sitting next to you, you see like a little maggot crawl its way out of my tear duct, and I just like pop it back in. And I'm like, but just really just ultimately just really regular.
What about Betty?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you gonna
Betty.
eat that?
Hmm?
You're Betty?
Are you talking about the maggot that crawled out of the
Oh.
eyeball?
There are pros and cons to being a druid. There's pluses and minuses.
Yeah, free breakfast is one of the pros, apparently.
Excellent digestion, because the maggots really do all the work in there.
They really break it down.
Yeah.
Why would you eat the grub there? I brought scones.
No, it's just part of me.
Free protein.
Oh, as I'm looking down at all the scones, I look at Foolhardy and I'm like, oh, sorry, dear. Looks like they everybody took all the blueberries there. I just got a plain scone for you.
Oh,
That I offer Foolhardy a plain scone.
It's fine. I'm used to getting the plain scones.
oh, wait. When I notice this, I'm gonna stop before I take a bite. Wait, I didn't see the plane. And I'm gonna offer you my blueberry scone.
Harvey, that's really sweet. I should probably do character descriptions as well before we get too off track. Folly's also a halfling. I think she's like a little bit on the tall side. Kind of like not, kind of like slightly messy fur, also kind of marsupial-like. Whereas like clothes that are like very clearly hand-me-downs is of like clothes that have like seen a lot of use and are kind of a bit patched up.
Oh, let's see. I seem to recall Danni was kind of like a possum looking. Did you have a specific marsupial in mind for Folly?
Not yet.
And
Okay,
I changed
cool.
my mind too.
Oh, nice.
I sent a picture in the Discord. I think Eliot's gonna do character art.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Okay, great. Cool.
And,
Oh, hell yeah.
And Betty is like 6 feet tall and like 250 pounds and has like really big arms and shoulders, but like a really big gut. She looks kind of like Boo or Big Boo from Orange is the New Black, but like with a mullet. And her face is like all cut up with like a bunch of like scars on it. And she has like, I think she has like gauges and a couple other like random piercings. And a mullet. I don't know if I mentioned the mullet, but she definitely has a mullet.
I think we got the mullet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
impossible to forget.
Wait, Jacob, what kind of hair does she have?
A mullet. A greasy mullet.
Mm,
Mm.
I love it.
Very
Best
good.
kind of mullet. Cool. So as all of you are kind of catching up, you guys have obviously known each other briefly. So you guys are just waiting for Grove. Not too much longer. Grove walks out. Next to him. Oh, okay. Grove walks out. Grove is a master charter in the Guild of Cartography, and he always looks super tired. He's always carrying some sort of book or folder of papers. He's heavy lidded. He walks out. Next to him, maybe like a step behind, is a young lady you have never seen before. The pair of them walk up and greet you. Grove goes, "Good morning, everyone. I'm glad that you all made it here today. This is the briefing for your assignment. I wanted to introduce you to the cartographer you will be working with on your assignment." And he gestures over to the lady. This is Molly. She is an apprentice charter, and she will be traveling with you during this assignment. This is actually her test to become a full-fledged charter. And then Molly kind of steps in, and she is a human lady. She's kind of youngish, in her 20s. She is on the short side. She has her hair pulled back in a super tight ponytail, and she's carrying a pack that is like way too big for her, but she's doing it with a surprisingly easy manner. And very happily, she smiles at you all and waves, and she goes, "Hi, I'm Molly. It's super nice to meet you all." And then Grove kind of takes over, and he's kind of hunched over, and he's like, "Okay, so we're just gonna get down. We're just gonna get down to it. We received a request from the League of the Severed Tongues, and they requested maps and locations for 3 different items. The war disrupted a lot of their known locations for a lot of the materials that they're using. You can ask Molly for more specific details, but basically we need you to go get and escort Molly to find. There's 3 things that we need you to get. They need to know where the griffins are in the fabled forest. They used to know where they were, but with the disruption from the war, they have lost the location of these griffins. They would like you to pick up some tail hair from these griffins, but they don't necessarily need that, but they need to know their location. There's also a special cave. It's where a very specific mushroom grows. The sorcerer's blasts from the war caused several cave-ins, and the known path in this cave was disrupted, and we need kind of a new path to the mushrooms. And then for the 3rd part of this assignment, there is a group of goblins outside of the city who are known for their goblin berries. These berries are used by the League for their healing potions. That's what we need you guys to do. You can talk with Molly and discuss amongst yourselves what order you guys want to do this. But that's what you guys are doing. And he goes, "Do you guys have any questions?"
Yeah, I got a question there. Can you go ahead and repeat? So I know we're helping Molly out here, but who are we getting all this there for?
Oh, this is for the League of Severed Tongues. They are an as you may know or may not know, they are the city's apothecary guild. They handle most of the, or all of the hospital services in the city, as well as doctors and whatnot.
Didn't you used to do something like that there, Folly?
Well, Betty, I don't really know that that's any of your business, but if you have to know, yes, I did.
You were hooked up with the severed tongues there, huh?
Fine. Yes, my family has been members of the League for generations. And yes, I'm the first member of my family to not be accepted into the League. It's not a big deal. It's fine. I'm kind of liking the freelance gig a little bit more. Yeah, that's all the conversation we really need to have about it.
Who needs to follow in your family's footsteps?
Thank you, Harvey.
Mine are back home running the churches. I say to hell with that. There's a world to be explored. We are not bound by our ancestry.
Okay, show of hands real quick. How many in our party are the youngest sibling? Because I'm getting like strong youngest sibling vibe.
Oh, no, Harvey's an only child.
Okay.
I have 3 older brothers and 1 younger sister.
I just had my parents, and they're both dead there.
Oh, me too. Sort of. It's hard to explain.
Me and Danni like link hands, and I just go orphans, and and then I'm gonna turn to Grove, and I'm gonna be like, I do have one second question there, Grove. With a name like the League of Severed Tongues, there, I gotta ask. Goblin berries aren't a euphemism, are they?
No. Well, no. I don't know. Grove gives you a very bemused look, and he goes, "A euphemism? I do not know what it could be a euphemism for."
We're not gonna be castrating no goblins there, are we?
No. You will not. Thankfully, you will not have to be doing such a gory task. They are actual berries, but the goblins have apparently a very specific formula recipe that they use that kind of brings forth the healing properties of these berries.
Gotcha. Well, that's all I needed to know.
It still sounds like a euphemism.
Not everything needs to be a euphemism.
To be fair,
I don't want to be this person, but is anybody else getting suspicious vibes from Molly? I'm going to say it like Soto voice, like whispering.
Danni, I think Betty's being a bad influence on you.
Maybe
Danni, I know not what you were talking about. Molly seems perfectly fine to me. I say in my most Jacob voice possible.
Oh, that means.
Molly's just kind of staring at you guys with a big smile.
Look, she hasn't even stopped smiling and no one is talking to her. And I'm like smiling to say this. She's still smiling for no reason.
Danni, I know you grew up on a battlefield, but it's called being polite. It's something that people do. Molly, I'm very sorry about my coworkers. I'm sure we'll have a wonderful time working with you.
Well, thank you. I'm super excited to work with you guys. And no worries. I'm sure that we'll all become very close friends by the end of our journey together. Cool. So Grove is gonna, you guys, I see that you guys are kind of like talking amongst yourselves a little bit and not giving him any questions. So he's gonna go, okay, I'm gonna head on out. I have a lot of work to do, and I'll leave you guys to it. And he kind of shambles away off to his next task, and he leaves behind Molly. And Molly reaches into her pack, whips out a notebook or a piece of parchment, and she goes, "Okay." And she's going to start rambling. she's going to be like, okay, so we need to do these 3 things. I think would be the best order. But I'm open to suggestions. If you guys have anything specific that you want to do or anything that interests you more, all of this should be super good. I don't see any issue in this journey. It's going to be a super easy, super great journey. And I'm super excited to be here with you guys.
All right, fantastic. Let's go.
Sure. So where do you guys want to go first? Do you guys want to go to the spider cave? Do you guys want to go find those griffins? Or do you guys want to go talk about those goblin berries with the goblins?
Well, you just said you had a preferred order there, and you are the representative from the Map Makers Guild, so I would assume that you know where we're going.
Yeah, we can.
I know where we're going. I have
take your lead.
You can take my lead, but also one of the things of being a great cartographer is being able to kind of work with your group. So I'm here to work with you guys. Each
By
of
taking
these
the lead.
places. Oh, I totally can take the lead if you guys want me to take the lead.
Take the lead
I
there,
just-
Molly.
Really sounds like you're trying to shunt your responsibility there, Molly.
I mean, I can lead you guys. All I was trying to express was that there's no really particular order in that we need to go. We can go in any which order that you guys want to do. If you guys
Let's go
have
get some goblin berries. Let's
Ooh,
go get some
yeah.
goblin berries.
Let's get some goblin berries.
Awesome. Let's go get those goblin berries. Cool. So let's see. That's going to lead us into a move called undertaking a perilous journey. This is a dungeon. This is a dungeon world move. Basically, it says when you travel through hostile territory, you're going to choose one member of the party to act as the trailblazer, one to scout ahead, and one to be the quartermaster. The same character cannot have 2 jobs. Let's see. Each character with a job to do will roll wisdom. On a 10 plus, the quartermaster reduces the number of rations required by 1. On a 10 plus, the trailblazer reduces the amount of time it takes to reach your destination. On a 10 plus, the scout will spot any trouble quick enough to let you get the drop on it. And on a 7 to 9, each roll performs their job as expected. The normal number of rations are consumed, and the journey takes about as long as expected. And no one gets the drop on you. So if you guys want to discuss who wants to be the trailblazer, the scout, and the quartermaster. The trailblazer is kind of like the one in a sense leading the party. The scout is like kind of the one on the lookout, and then the quartermaster is the one kind of like handling the rations and supplies.
What's the die roll for quartermaster?
I think they're all plus wisdom.
I will scout.
I feel like quartermaster's calling to me.
I could be the trailblazer.
Awesome.
Sweet.
So if Betty, Danny, and Harvey want to give me a roll plus wisdom, we can figure out what happens to you guys on this journey.
A 7.
Nice.
A 5.
Uh-oh.
And a 6.
Oh man.
Good job,
Okay.
team!
Okay. I should have written down who is who.
There's no way to add my animals' companions stuff to this, right? Or is it just it's just the stuff that they have listed here?
I think
Under the command.
Under the command. I don't know if there's a way to have, because you were the trailblazer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think there's a way that Blue was helping you, I think we can figure out maybe they can have aided your role.
I think I'll just leave it as is. I don't know if there's like an obvious answer. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's see. You all should have had. I think all of you probably at some when you guys created your characters, you guys picked up some like dungeon rations.
Yeah.
I think all of you should go ahead and mark one use of those guys.
I picked up adventuring gear.
I think does adventuring gear come with rations? I don't think so.
Oh, it says at the top of your thing, or maybe it's different for each character. At the top of my gear, it says it lists dungeon rations as just like a basic one. And then there's like different adventuring gear. So like I have a choice between adventuring gear that includes like just random gear and rations, but I also have a choice to get one that has like extra arrows.
Yeah, no, I think it's different for mine.
Oh my god.
I don't need any rations because I'm a druid. Ayo.
Oh,
Fantastic.
nice.
No, yeah, it's just adventuring gear. 5 uses, 1 weight.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, but it does say I have 5 uses of dungeon rations. Okay.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah, I was pretty sure everyone got dungeon rations.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't have an actual like play sheet. I just have everything written, so I missed some stuff.
No worries. Cool. So everyone but Danny will have spent our rations. I think Harvey, I think it was kind of a combination of Harvey and Betty. I think Betty kind of maybe got you guys lost a little bit, and it took you guys a little bit longer than anticipated to get where you guys were going, which caused you guys to have to spend some rations before you got to your location. However, before you guys get to where you're going, where Molly was kind of directing you guys, Danny, you had picked up the trail of a razor boar in the area, and because you had picked up this trail, you know that this area was a little dangerous, and as you guys are walking through kind of this woodsy area, the razor boar that you had trapped starts to kind of rustle around the bushes nearby. You guys hear it approaching. It has a very distinct snort, and the snort.
And can we get a demonstration?
Yeah, what does that sound
Oh,
like?
oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! I don't know. The snort, I guess, is kind of it almost sounds like a weird snort sneeze. So it's like type snort.
You know what? There was a fly in the room and then I didn't hear.
Yeah, it's just getting louder as it goes. And it's getting closer. You see trees rustling. It's this animal is known for being incredibly aggressive. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, Danny's gonna like hop out of a tree and be like, "There's an incredibly aggressive animal nearby." How do we feel about that?
I think with Bleu, I stand a pretty good chance of helping us, of like hopefully finding a way around it. and like trying to stay out of like looking for like a path of least resistance through this area. Like I know I'm not supposed to like call what the move is, but it mentions that if if your pet has training in a very specific in like a specific thing,
Mhm.
I can add my cunning to like a discern realities roll related to that. And since Bleu is like a guard dog, I'm hoping that they can like help us like help keep us safe and like help get us out of here. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, okay. So you're kind of working with Blue to kind of figure out like a best path, essentially, like out of here to try and avoid um this razor boar coming upon you.
Yeah, like I feel bad. I told everybody like, oh, don't worry there. I know a shortcut. I'll get us there in no time. And then I got everybody lost. So I'm hoping that I can just do like I look to the right and it's like a cliff with like certain danger. I like look the other way and there's like just a big hive of bees. And then hopefully I look like a third direction and I find like an obvious path out of here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll a discern realities check, which is plus wisdom, and then you can add Blue's, you said cunning.
Yeah, and I think I get to add that on top of my
Your wisdom.
own wisdom, I think. Yeah. That's 11.
Hell yeah. Cool. So you get to ask 3 questions on the list of the discern realities move. And I will answer truthfully.
How many questions?
3.
3? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, right off the bat, what here is useful or valuable to us?
Ooh, that is a good question. Let's see. You guys are in the woods. A razor boar is coming at you. It looks like there is a pretty good path that you guys can take that will kind of maybe lead you out of the woods and maybe get you into maybe an open area so that the razor boar has like a little less coverage to kind of hide and kind of come up on you guys.
Okay. What's about to happen?
You may already know this, but the razor boar is definitely upon you guys. If you guys don't act pretty quick, the razor boar has pretty much tracked your scent, and you're gonna have to do something to lose it.
Okay.
Or
I guess
bite, like yeah.
what here is not what it appears to be.
That's always a good question. What here is not what it appears to be. I mean, I don't know if there is a good answer for this. I feel like there isn't anything trying to deceive you or like even hide itself from you. You guys are kind of in this woodsy area. There's an imminent danger threatening you. I don't think there's anything that is kind of hiding itself from you.
I think nothing is
Oh.
a valid answer.
I'm gonna look
Molly looks
at
unfazed by this situation, which may or may not seem weird.
I knew it. She can't be trusted.
Danny. Do you stink?
Me?
Yeah. Do you got the stink of death on you?
Yeah, a little bit. If you stand too close to me for too long, you kind of become aware of your own mortality, and you just start thinking about like how are you spending your time, you know? And it's kind of like pheromones I put out, but there's also a very distinct smell.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper to the others. All right, there, y'all. It seems like the razor boar's got our scent there. I think if we can all figure out a way to get Danny's distinctive stink on us, maybe this boar will just leave us alone, eh?
Why does it have
Also-
to be my smell? Why can't it be freaking Harvey's forest before the rain smell?
Because pigs love to dig for mushrooms. Everybody knows they love the smell of dirt. That's why they roll around in the mud. But you smell like death and decay. So I'm thinking maybe that'll help. Also, there's a path right over there I think we can sneak out of. And I point to like the little like glade that you mentioned that's like open so the boar can't like sneak up on us.
What do you guys want to do? The boar is like pretty loud. It's almost upon you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there's an easy way to get my smell on all of us. I'm just gonna shapeshift to like the size of a coyote so that my smell will be like, I don't know, strong enough to override everybody else's smell. So I smell like death, but also like a predator. Do you think that would work?
I think that will definitely work on getting the smell of death on you guys. But you guys have not yet moved from your location.
Yeah, we should
Um,
run.
Yeah, we might want to just go.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's get to
Okay.
the glen.
Cool. So you guys, okay, great. So you guys kind of all
Wait, I have a
scramble.
question. Are we walking?
Oh,
Do we
I
have a
imagine
cart?
you guys were kind of hoofing it. Oh, yeah, you guys are all walking.
Okay.
We're not in a vehicle.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys kind of all scramble over to that glen that Betty had scouted out. Yeah, why don't you, Danny, roll a defy danger check for kind of giving off and spreading your death scent to kind of trick this razor boar.
Okay.
And so that's we'll do plus I think that's maybe intelligence. I think that's with quick thinking. I think that's the most appropriate.
Cool. That's a hot 6 there, Devon.
Oh, perfect. Let's
Take an
see.
XP.
Yeah, take an XP first off. Great. The scent of death did not dissuade this razor boar. It you kind of hear it like exit out of the woods that you heard it coming from into the area that you guys were walking, and and you hear it kind of pause and kind of like sniff and grunt and make that horrible snorting sound. But then you hear it crashing through the bushes. Even more curious now about this scent. And you see it emerge from the path that you guys had just taken. So you guys are kind of in this nice, almost very serene looking glen. And you all kind of like turn around and see this razor boar emerge out of the bushes.
Can you describe exactly what a razor boar is for me?
Yeah. It is. Have you guys ever seen like a peccary or a javelina?
No.
Oh,
Both
okay.
of those words meant less to me than razor boar.
That's so funny. Okay.
Oh, it's cute.
It's adorable, right?
Oh, those are...
This razor boar is less adorable. It's bulkier than that, and it's got these crazy tusks that are edged with jagged. These tusks are like they're razor tusks. They are serrated and they're big and kind of really terrifying looking.
Hmm.
And this guy's fur is crazy, and he is like kind of he doesn't like people in his territory, so he's kind of like getting heated and drooling and stamping his feet at you guys.
Ooh. This might break bad, but I think Folly is going to try to cast a spell.
Ooh, what spell are you casting?
So you're using the first level spell, Cause Fear. Choose a target you can see on a nearby object. The target is afraid of the object so long as you maintain the spell. And the reaction is up to them, which is why it might break bad. But I think kind of continuing the like hoping that Danni reads as like a predator to this razor boar. I think I want to have like the razor boar as the target and Danni is like the object in this case. If that makes sense.
Wait, could you explain that again?
Yeah. So the idea is to make the razor boar like afraid of Danni, to like see them as a predator, kind of similar to what they were already doing with shifting into a coyote.
I see what you're saying. Okay, yes, that's awesome. Yeah, so go ahead and cast your spell.
Okay, I rolled plus whiz, and Jesus Christ, I
Earned another XP.
that's a 6.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Great. So go ahead and mark XP.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What happens when you cast a spell? I have to look this up. I think the way magic works in Dungeon World.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What do I want to have happen? Okay, this works. This works out perfectly because you kind of like almost like foreshadowed this. You're kind of like the worst case scenario happens. You cast the spell and successfully. The boar is now terrified, but when this boar becomes terrified, it just gets angrier, and it's going to charge Danni.
No.
And
Can I?
yeah, what do you want to do, Danni? This boar is charging at you. It's looking to gore you with its tusks.
I'll have an opportunity to react because I have reach. Can I attempt to do something before it reaches Danni?
Yeah, I think that should be cool.
Unless there's something you would be able to do before it gets that close.
No, go for it.
Can I? But I think before it gets to that close, I want to try to shoot it, and I'm going to try to do a called shot so that the boar is like messed up, so that like hopefully you get like more of a chance to like get into range before it gets over here and like screw it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever I attack with Bleu, I get to add Blue's ferocity. I'm gonna do a called shot. I'm gonna shoot for the legs. If I get a 7 or higher, the animal's hobbled and slow moving.
Great. And you're rolling a volley right now, right? Oh no, you're rolling your called shot.
I'm rolling called shot with the crossbow. That is 8 plus 3. That's 11.
11.
So
Nice.
I get to hobble it, and I get to roll a damage dice so that it's hurt before it gets to our tank, so the tank can just take this thing out. That's 8 damage.
Fucking hell, really? Damn. Nice.
To the legs.
Yeah. So I think you get like a good shot on its hind leg, kind of like in its flank and its butt, and it like completely hobbles it, and it kind of like trips and falls down. And then it quickly scrambles to get back up, and I think it's gonna change. No, I think it's still going after Danni. It doesn't know what the hell is going on, especially with the spell that's ensorcelled it. but it's not looking good. You can see it clearly limping. It's significantly slower than its initial charge. But it's still going for Danni. But you said that you wanted to do something, Harvey, since your
Yes.
weapon has reach.
Yeah, no. So, when it gets stumbled, I take that opportunity to plant myself in between Danni and the boar, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my flail. Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna start winding it up for a swing so that the second it gets into reach, I just slam it down.
Dope. You should roll a hack and slash. And your weapon is precise, so you'll be using Dex.
Yes. 13.
Damn, that is solid. That is a full success. You can go ahead and roll your damage. And then I think if you want to, you can roll a d6, but I think that opens you up to an attack. From the
Yeah,
board.
I don't think I'm gonna do that with this guy.
Okay.
That was 9 damage.
Damn. Okay, cool.
I feel like
It
Harvey
is-
should have a catchphrase like "get flailed" or something.
That's a really bad catchphrase, I think.
Get flailed. You just gotta say it with feeling.
Great. You were well prepared. The razor boar was kind of blindly attacking. It didn't even like register that you would attack it, and you get a good whack on the razor boar, and it kind of stumbles some more. It's bleeding now. It's very bloody looking. But it's going to man, it's still angry at Danni. It doesn't know what the hell's going on. It's gonna hit Danni. So Danni, what would you like to do?
Danny's not a fighter, you know? Danny's like an observer type of person. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say light with my shillelagh, and I'm gonna say it with intention. And then my shillelagh's gonna light up orange, the color of fire, and I'm just gonna like wave it at this boar. I'm really hoping it's stupid, you know, like a little bit.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a defy danger. But we'll call that
Wisdom?
it's wisdom or intelligence. Do you think that's quick thinking, or is it through mental fortitude?
It probably is intelligence. It's just I don't have any intelligence. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Believe in dice.
intelligence fits better. Yeah.
Leave in the dice. 2 ones.
Oh
No.
no. Okay. The razor boar is finally going to get to its target, and it's going to deal some damage. Go ahead and take 5 points of damage.
How did it get around me?
Dude, this thing is big. It was still coming even after you knocked it down, and it was bloody. It got in too close, and it just slipped by it.
Okay.
Oh, man.
The boar in its charge towards Danni and injuring them. It kind of go past, and it turns around, and it's going to I think it's going to change targets. It finally realizes that there's 5 of y'all here. Molly's kind of off to the side. She is not a fighter in any way. She's leaving this to y'all. And,
She is,
Molly
in other
is
words,
so
useless.
suspicious. Yeah, she just wants us to die. Just let
Yeah,
us
Molly-
out here.
Molly has a large smile still plastered on her face.
Oh, she's like that
Okay.
chick from the Bossing Say episode, you know?
Oh god, there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, that
There is
chick.
no razor boar attacking my coworkers.
There are
Um,
no drugs in the goblin berries.
But the razor board is gonna turn its attention to you, Folly.
Mm,
What do you do?
okay. I think, I mean, Folly is also not a fighter. They are gonna like sprint for the trees and try to like climb up one of the trees. Kind of
Ooh,
surrounding
okay.
this leg.
Can I offer
Let's
an
go,
aid
Folly.
to that?
How do you want to aid them?
Okay, so the boar just attacked Danny, who I was standing right in front of. So I'm still within like, that little square parameter
Yeah.
of the boar. So I think when Harvey notices the boar turning his attention towards Foolhardy, he just fucking grabs the tail.
Okay, awesome. So you're trying to yeah. So go ahead and roll aid, which is a roll plus bond, and then Folly, go ahead and roll defy danger. I think that's gonna be plus dex.
Cool. That was what I was going for.
So that was a 5.
Okay, cool. We'll get to that.
Mhm.
Oh, thank God. That's 9.
Okay, you got a 9. Dope.
My first
okay.
non-failure of the
Ooh.
session.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, okay, but now
It's still mixed.
on a 7 to 9 for defy danger, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch.
Mm.
I have to offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice.
Mm.
Let's see
I mean,
what happens.
I think part of what Folly is trying to do here is draw attention away from Danny. So I think maybe they do that successfully, but they also just trip.
Okay, sure. Okay, cool. Yes, you successfully draw the attention away from Danny, but you don't make it up the tree, so you're still not out of like harm's way.
Mm.
However, going back to Harvey's missed roll, Harvey's plan worked incredibly well. Unfortunately, it worked too well, and the boar does a complete 180, and it gets its tusks at you, Harvey, and you're gonna go ahead and take you'll go ahead and take 6 points of damage, and it has 3 piercing, which means it ignores up to 3 points of armor.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, this guy is kind of brutal.
Can I do a volley on this thing?
Yes. You'd like to shoot him with a crossbow again?
Yeah, so I'm gonna yell to Bleu, Bleu, go for the bad leg there. And I'm gonna have Bleu just like go at like the leg that he already ripped up, and then I'm gonna add their ferocity to my volley roll. 10.
Ooh, beautiful success. Cool. Let's see. I know we discussed previously that all of our like kills would be non-lethal unless you explicitly said so. Are you trying to kill the razor boar, or are you trying to non-lethally like take it out?
I'm gonna kill it. I mean, I don't know if it's murder, if it's a wild animal.
I'm gonna be real. If you weren't gonna kill it, I was.
Yeah, and we're out of rations. I mean, it was like down to 1 HP. Do I even need a roll, or are you just telling me that as a precaution?
I guess it was technically precaution. It's not at 1, but it's like close to 1. So unless you like, I guess roll a 1 on your damage. You
Yeah.
got 3?
3. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yep. If you'd like to describe where your final arrow hits it and takes it down, that would be awesome.
I don't think that my arrow does it. I think I like hit it in the shoulder and it like rears back a little bit and then Bleu goes for the throat.
Oh yeah. And Bleu takes it down?
Yeah.
No.
And then Bleu comes over and his face is all like red, but he's just got like a big floppy tongue hanging out of his big wrinkly mastiff face. And I just start doing that thing that like dog moms do where they're just like get way too into the dog's face, like, oh, good job there, Bleu. Oh, you did such a good job there, Bleu. And I got blood all over my face now from Bleu.
I hate it.
Nice.
I feel like
Awesome.
having an animal death as our first death is like a bad omen. We should have killed a person first.
We should have.
Oh yeah, that's way less of an omen.
People are worse.
Speaking of people being worse, I like stand up, my face just smeared with this boar's blood, and I say, Molly, you're acting mighty weird there, I gotta say.
Yeah, no, Molly, even I gotta say, this is getting kind of just out of control.
I don't know what you guys were talking about. You guys were awesome. That was amazing. You guys took out that boar like it was no problem. The last party I was with, the razor boar kind of took them all out, and that's like the first time that you see her smile disappear as she mentions the previous party. But then she like kind of like snaps out of it, and she goes, "But not you guys. You guys were great."
I'm gonna look at her like no problem. Look down at my armor where there's just like this big pool of blood because I lost over half my health. So
Oh my god.
yeah, he fucked me up.
I mean, okay, you're right. That was a poor choice of words on my part.
Yeah, I am dying, Molly.
Just a couple bandages and you'll be fine. That's why we brought along Folly.
I'm pretty sure I'm missing a liver.
A liver.
You don't even know what a liver is, Harvey.
You look over and Blue's like chomping on a liver.
I'm just gonna like shove my hand into the boar. It's this one, right? It's definitely just his testicles.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
was like,
say, like, I think what we're asking is, why didn't you get in the fray with us? You're part of the Cartographers Guild now. And I'm like slowly shifting back to my like marsupial form and like still just like sweaty and smells like death and, you know, maggots and whatnot. And I'm going to get right up in Molly's business and be like, so what's your deal?
I'm trying to become a full-fledged charter. You guys were hired to escort me on my test. I'm a cartographer. I know how to make maps. I don't know how to use a weapon.
What are you doing out in the wild without knowing how to use a weapon?
Harvey, you work, from my understanding, you do a lot of jobs with the Merchants Guild. Do all of your merchants know how to use a weapon?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
That seems unlikely. Maybe all the ones you've worked with, but I've had some interaction with merchants myself, and I know for a fact that not all merchants know how to use weapons.
Maybe from low class merchants conglomerations.
Whether it's class or not, all I'm saying is I have no martial experience myself. I grew up in Antara my whole life. I learned how to make maps. I've gone on a few journeys with some other cartographers. Most of the cartographers also don't know how to use weapons. We usually contract out escorts, much like yourself, to aid in situations much like this one, where it gets a little bit dangerous.
And by aid, you mean do all the work.
Yeah, I don't want to get on your case, Molly, but I'm just pointing out the obvious. I get that you have your role here, but let's be real, okay? Harvey over here smells of the forest and just like took out a boar with his flail, and freaking Folly, defies her parents' wishes and just like, every day. And freaking Betty over here has a mullet. So I'm just not sure I understand how you fit in here, but that's fine. Like, I'm cool being the person who stands in front of the scary monsters while you like draw your maps or whatever. I just want to be clear about what we're doing.
I'm in the middle of opening up this boar.
I think that's a wonderful idea. Let us actually go over exactly what you guys are doing here. You guys are escorting me to the various locations that the League has requested. I'm here to write down the locations and make sure that the League gets accurate details of the requested locations so that you guys can get paid.
I'm in the middle of opening up this boar. I've got its like belly opened up, and I like poke a little hole in its stomach to like let out all of the like shit smell, so the intestine like stuff doesn't get all over the meat. And I just like sort of stand up halfway through, and I say, Molly, don't mind Harvey and the pup, okay? They're not from the city there, all right? My problem with you ain't that you did nothing, all right? You're paying us to do a job there, and I understand that that's how it works. My problem with you is that you seem like what they call an optimist. I don't know if I could trust somebody who's been smiling all the time, okay? The fact that you're smiling all the time there lets me think that you ain't had your heart broken none yet. That you ain't never felt the sweet sting of defeat. And I think it would make us all feel a little more comfortable there if you just wore your emotions on your sleeve a little bit more there instead of acting like some waspy upper crust type.
I agree.
I just want to say, during all of this, I've been patching Harvey up. I think I'm going to use one of the 2 bandages I have for 4 HP, and I'm probably going to try to do Cure Light Wounds as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. So mark 1 use on your bandages.
Yep.
And how much damage does he heal for? I forget.
So the bandages are 4 HP. I'm also going to try to do Cure Light Wounds, which is a 1d8.
Oh, no. Don't waste that. I only have 2 more HP till my max. So just
cool.
Dump that on me if I take more damage.
Okay. I mean, it's not like I don't have like a spell slot or anything. I think we agreed.
Oh, did we?
I thought we agreed last session that in non-combat situations, I can roll Cure Light Wounds without rolling to check if I can do it or not.
Yeah, I think for Cure Light Wounds, that one, if you're not doing it under pressure, I think you can go ahead and just do it.
Okay. Oh, in that case, I mean, go for it then.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I have
that's a 4.
Aha.
And I'm also gonna do it with Danni as well, real quick. 5.
Nice.
What is that? Okay, I can add 5 hit points back?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I forgot that I was harmed, but you didn't forget.
That's one thing I'm really competent at here, not forgetting.
What was I gonna say? Molly goes, that's fair enough criticism. I will try and be less excited about this journey, and I will and I will do my best to help you guys when I can. But that being said, onward! And she starts marching through the brushes. And I think that's where we should call a break.